Hello everyone, today I'm going to be making a video that I've been debating if I should make it or not for days, if I'm going to be honest. I've wanted to start making videos about sports, F1, football mostly, but I didn't want it to be a video like the type that I'm making today. As you can tell by the Premier League table next to me, we're talking about football, but more specifically, talking about Liverpool versus Forrest, the drop ball. So, football creators have had an absolute disaster covering the Forrest game. And it's been ones that I really like that I've been disappointed in their coverage, like Goldbridge and JLA especially. And I hold them to a higher level than most other creators, rightly or wrongly, for different reasons, but they keep getting things wrong to do with the drop ball controversy. But we all know that Paul Tierney made a mistake in that game, but I'll get back to him later, don't you worry, he's not off the hook. So let's just go through it, go through the series of events. The ball comes in, Kanate goes down, I think he's holding his head. The play gets stopped as Hudson-Odoi gets the ball out wide on the left wing. Tierney goes to restart play, gives the ball to Kelleher, thinking that the ball was in the box, when it wasn't, and the linesman probably should have stepped in to say, that should be given over there, not to Kelleher. But yeah, it was the wrong decision. A minute later, Liverpool get a corner. Tsimikas volleys it, it gives White, and it goes up in the air, I think, and Hudson-Odoi gets the ball, and instead of just booting it clear, McAllister nicks it off him, who plays it to Nunez, who scores. I'd just like to add that it was actually Awani who had the ball in the box and not Hudson-Odoi. Oops. 2 whole minutes after play restarts by the time the ball is in the net. People are saying that VAR should have disallowed it, when that is not what the rules are. There's near enough 10 phases of play before the goal. Should the ball have been given to Forrest? Absolutely. It was a mistake. Should VAR intervene? No, not a chance, because that is not what the rules are, and that is not what VAR is for. The people who say VAR out say that they want it out because the referees use it as a safety net to not make decisions. Tierney makes a decision, and it's the wrong one. Shocker, I know. So they want VAR to overstep their bounds while saying scrap VAR. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, back to the creators. Goldbridge and JLA both say the same thing. Not word for word, but near enough, and the sentiment is the same from both of them. Is that Paul Tierney has a disaster. We know, yeah, that is a fact. And Liverpool immediately go up the pitch and score. When that's not what happened. It's 2 minutes from that, from the restart to the goal. But it keeps getting thrown around that Liverpool score because of the drop ball. Yeah, Liverpool do score because of the drop ball in the same way that a team scores if they get given a wrong throw-in a few minutes ago. Who's to say that Liverpool don't win the ball straight back from Hudson-Odoi and the same thing happens? No one knows, because it didn't happen. Are we going to start saying that wrongful throw-ins are a monumental error because, hypothetically, the team that wasn't given it could have scored 2 minutes later? No, because that would be insane. But that's what people are saying. If this was a game between Burnley and Sheffield United, the entire coverage of it would be, Tierney made a mistake, and that's it. But because it's a top team against a relegation battling team, people are up in arms, and it's annoying. Even now, and it's not like the game was yesterday, it was days ago. My Twitter is still filled with United, City, Arsenal, Forest and Everton fans saying that VAR should have overturned it, and that it's pure favouritism and corruption, when in reality, it's just a bad ref making a bad decision. It's not that deep. Now, let me go on and talk about Paul Tierney, because this is going to be a little bit of a rant. Paul Tierney is now getting the light shone on his below-par refereeing, which Liverpool fans have been complaining about for a long time. There was a point in time where we had around about an 80% win rate across like a long period of time, but for games that he refereed, it was 50%. The win rate was down in games that he refed. Now, could it be a coincidence? Yes. But if you only watch your team play, and every bad ref happens to be one specific ref, you think that he has an agenda against you. And he very well might do, but I don't just watch Liverpool, so I know that he makes bad decisions often, and he absolutely uses VAR in the way that people hate. He uses it for them to make penalty decisions for him. He doesn't make his own decisions for penalties. He just waits to see what VAR say. We know that. I'm just glad that now people are seeing how bad he is. But that satisfaction disappears near enough immediately, because when the tribal delusional fans say that he's following an agenda, letting Klopp win the league in his last year, it's like, if he was, we would have had a pen for the wrestling on Dan's, but it was soft and it probably shouldn't get given. But if he had an agenda, he would have given that. It wouldn't be a drop ball that would be his favouritism and corruption to let Klopp win the league. But he is an absolutely awful referee. Like, there's two decisions that always stick with me and baffle me to this day. They are in Liverpool games because they stick with me because they were against us. They always do. But they were truly, truly baffling. There was when Kane went studs up on Robertson, and Robertson had to jump to not have his leg broken. So he goes in, studs up, and it connects on his ankle in mid-air, instead of it being on his shin while his foot was planted. Because that's where it was if he didn't jump out the way. But Tierney said that it's not a red card because the connection wasn't high. It wasn't high because he jumped. He jumped to not have his leg broken. Is it only a red if the player lets the leg get broken? Like, honestly, I don't get how he makes decisions and how he's ended up being a Premier League referee. And the other one was when Sadio Mane was through on goal and he slows down to shoot because, obviously, you can't shoot when you're at full sprint. And when he slows down, the defender runs into the back of him and he goes down, because that's what happens when someone runs into the back of you. So, you can't shoot when you're at full sprint, which is something that Paul Tierney clearly doesn't know. And the reason that he doesn't know it is because he has publicly said that he has never played for any team at any level. So when he says that he slowed down because he was looking for a penalty and not that he was looking to shoot, I don't understand how he could make that conclusion. And secondly, looking for a foul isn't a disqualifying factor. It's like saying that moving to shield the ball is you looking to get fouled so it can't be given. Like, commentators often say that if an older player moves across the ball and gets kicked and goes down, they say, oh, he's using his experience to get a free foul. Like, yeah, by Tierney's logic, every time that happens, it shouldn't be given. If he wrote the rules with his interpretation of them, football would be an absolutely terrible sport. Anyway, thank you for listening to my Paul Tierney TED Talk. If you want to hear me talk about football more, leave a like and hopefully it'll be a more cheerful topic next time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little rant. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time.